In honor of Coco Chanel's astrological sign, an enormous golden lion filled the halls of the Grand Palais for luxurious Chanel Fall-Winter 2010 Haute Couture collection, its paw resting on a giant pearl from which the models made their entrance. Detecting imperial influences in the glittering embellishments, fur trims and silk brocaded being paraded, Vogue described the richly embroidered and sequined dresses as carrying all the details of a Fabergé egg. 1,000,000 sequins were hand-embroidered onto one dress, which was paired with matching ankle boots crafted by Massaro. The floral patterns were created by Karl Lagerfeld, inspired by the 18th-century German porcelain, and regal-inspired sequined embroidery appeared on short-sleeved cropped jackets. No long dresses, however. Lagerfeld insisted. It was time for a little cleanup. I'm tired of red carpet dresses with huge trains. These are dresses for moving in and living in, like in the 1920s and 1930s. Nonetheless, relative to the days of Coco Chanel, the new flapper is much more body-conscious. Lagerfeld continued. The flappers in the 1920s had no waist. This is a very feminine shape, and the waist looks even smaller, because there is volume in the sleeves. Surprisingly, each event can be seen from completely opposite sides. I would like to further analyze Tim Blank's, who saw the collection in a completely different way. Karl Lagerfeld has often insisted that his collections come to him in dreams, but following his new Chanel Couture show, he claimed the dream this time had been a nightmare. No, just kidding, he quickly added, but there was a weight to the clothes that suggested a darker thread in Chanel this season. Compared to the glistening sci-fi whites of his spring 2010 couture, these looks had a moody tinge. The colors, for a start, maroon, loden, navy, brown, camel. Next, the fabrics. As the show unfolded, there were velvet trims on shadow plaids, crystal trims on camel, fur trims on tweed. Dark tapestry was crusted with embroidery and beading. Imperial gold detailing against a field of navy sequins made Freya Behar Eriksson look like a girl waiting for her Ruritanian soldier. Then there were the proportions, tiered, short over long. A cropped jacket with elbow-length sleeves topped to high-waisted, to the knee skirt, a look that combined elongation and bulk in a way that was intriguing though likely to pose a challenge to many bodies. How would it gel with the Leightons, Blakes, and Jessicas in their front-row perches? But, if the collection had a difficult aspect, it also felt brave in its boldness and focus. In place of the magpie glee that can make a Chanel show such a sensory overload, there was an almost military discipline here, even as the parade grew more elaborate with each passing outfit. The combination of voluptuousness and severity could have bordered on an arch libertine sensibility, but barely brushed hair and fresh, girlish makeup added a vital lightness. The ever-precise Lagerfeld is a textbook Virgo, but in honor of Chanel the Leo, he filled the Grand Palais with a vast and marvelous lion. Its paw rested on a huge globe of Chanel pearl, perhaps, from which the models emerged. Befitting a collection that had the courage of its convictions, this was a fierce, awe-inspiring creature, one that could have sprung from a dream, or even a nightmare.